What is going on, my super sandwiches or Pokemon trainers, Pokemon fans? We got some more graded returns today, and I already shredded the box open because these boxes are almost impossible to open. To make sure I don't spoil nothing. Okay, this is the back. Yeah, these boxes are like almost impossible to open. You gotta like literally carve into it. Shout out to Darium's. I mean, if you watch the Darium's unboxings for his graded cards, you probably noticed that he always has to cut through the box open like that and stuff like that. I believe this is my Mewtwo submission. Now, the very first time I got back into Pokemon back in December of 2016, the first thing that really got me super into the game was the Evolution series. But what really drew me in were the amazing Mewtwo cards that were featured in the Breakthrough series. Now, I got lucky enough and pulled all the good Mewtwo cards. Actually, I think all of them, yeah. I think I pulled all the good Mewtwo cards from that series and actually had them framed for the longest in my little baseball card holder that you see in the background of my videos. So I decided, you know what? Why not send them in to see what happens? And I figured, here we go, this is the best way to do it and see what we got. So let's go ahead and see what the first thing that we got. Okay, so we got a hollow Mewtwo. Let me actually put that back down and make sure I have the right one pulled up. Is this the right one? That is the right one. All right, here we go. So we got the pre-release Mewtwo, which I feel like all my pre-release cards are pretty beat. They were always in terrible condition. I want to say this is an 8. I think the last pre-release card I got back was an 8. Also, you can see that the centering was just so boo-boo. So I'm gonna say 8 for this one. It is a 9. Okay, I would gladly take that. My big goal, obviously, are the 10s, but if I can get something as a 9, I'm super happy. I love the hollow pattern on this card. Like, this is amazing. Look at that. I like how my camera's all trying to center around the card itself. It knows. My phone actually knows. I'm using my phone this time as opposed to the camera because Kirabuk, who's out of town right now, has a camera. There are 36 9s and 16 10s in the world, and I have 1 in 36. I'm happy about that. All right, let me actually X out of that and make sure I got the next one pulled open. So then this one should be, okay, so this is just a second edition Mewtwo. I don't remember where I got this, to be honest. I think I might have got this from my P.O. box, or I might have got it in a Goodwill set. I want to say this is an 8. Ooh. Whose mans is this? The base set 2 Mewtwo. The thing about base set 2 is they're not really that valuable, and I think the only reason why I sent this in is because this is like a whole Mewtwo set. I think these are all Mewtwo cards as opposed to, like, with the exception of one card, which should be the one on the bottom. But I'm surprised this came back as a 6. Like, what's wrong with it? There's like no scratches on it. I think there's only like edge wear here on the bottom, and that's about it. But whatever. I mean, whatever. There's 2 6s in the world, so I guess technically this is a rare version of Mewtwo. And there's 92 higher ones, which consists of 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. All right, let's pop out of that. Open up the next screen so I can make sure I see it. Next one is, all right, so we got our first full art Mewtwo. Oh, I'll never forget when we pulled this. I think my favorite one was the other variation, like the blue one. I want to say, see, the thing is I'm an idiot. When I first got these cards, I had them displayed for the longest on my wall. Granted, they were protected. I still feel like they could have been damaged in the process just sitting there. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this is potentially a 9. It is a 10. It is a 10. I'm excited. Okay, woo! There's 22 10s in the world. And wow, really? Only? Did nobody send breakthrough cards in at all? All right, whatever. So there's 22 10s in the world, and I got one of them. I'm very excited about that, actually. Really excited, actually. Wow. That's kind of shocking. Maybe the other ones were the ones that were submitted more. Okay, we got, oh, the secret rare one. I think this is the one, yeah, this is the one that Kirabuk pulled and gave it to me at the end of the video. And then I remember when I pulled the other one, I gave her the other one at the end of her video that we did, a couple months ago. But this was probably one of my most favorite pulls of all times because, like, again, I'm a huge Mewtwo fan. And is that a freaking hair? That is a hair. That is literally a hair stuck in my, why? PSA, why are you doing this? Why? Oh my gosh. That's going to kill my OCD. That's automatically like an 8. Oh, it's 9. Plot twist, it's a 9 because it's got that freaking dog hair. You know what? I'm pretty sure it's my dog's hair. It is. That's definitely Buster's hair engraved in here forever. That's funny. There's 68 9s in the world and 18 10s. Again, why is no one submitting these? I'm kind of bugged out that there's a freaking hair in there. I mean, it's probably my fault because, like, when you have a dog hair is everywhere. But that's actually more funny than anything. One of these days, watch me sell this, and the person who guesses is gonna be pissed, like, yo, there's a dog hair in here. What dog hair? I don't know what you're talking about. Now, I'm probably never gonna sell it. I'm definitely keeping it out forever. Sentimental value. All right, the next one is this one. This Mewtwo, I was really happy that we pulled. I remember Kirabuk pulled it. I think she got it out of a 10. And then she gave that to me, like, cause again, she knew how much of a Mewtwo fan I was, and I really love that pose. It's got it reminds me of the Goku pose, the Goku Mewtwo. If this comes back as a 10, I'll be excited, but I feel like it's gonna be a 9. Oh snap! It is a 10. It is a 10, and there are, once again, no one is submitting these for some reason. there's 12 10s in the world, and then I can't see how many 9s there are because it's already the highest score possible. But is there any dog hairs in this one? There are no dog hairs. I'm actually surprised this came back as a 10. Because again, the thing is these cards were just sitting there for the longest in display. I mean, granted it was display, so it's not like they were like shuffling around and stuff, but like, I figured when I first got them, I didn't really know to handle them as well as I did, you know, as I do now. So maybe something might have been damaged in the process. And a lot of times when you pull these cards, especially the later ones, because Wizards of the Coast had the best quality, and currently the Pokemon Company kind of like, they care less, I want to say. Usually you pull a card out and it could be like an 8 or a 9 from the start. So it's really rare to pull a 10. So seeing this as a 10, after all it went through, is actually amazing to me. I'm gonna actually pop the screen open and go to the next one. All right, what we got here? We got, okay, so we got the Mega Mewtwo X, which I believe this is also pulled from a 10. And you know what? 10. Oh, it's a 10. I actually expected it to be a 9. Huh. Okay, now I'm kind of annoyed because look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, no. I feel like now I have to get a 10 just to replace that. Also, the freaking hair. Plot twist. The hair is why this is not a 10. Oh my gosh, that's actually kind of goofy. There are 33 of these 10s in the world, which is interesting. More people submitted this than anything else. Huh. Maybe the people just never submitted these for some reason, but there's 33 of these in the world, and I got one in the 10. I'm happy. Anytime you get a 10, it's a very, very exciting name for a Pokemon collector or just a collector in general. All right, now this Mewtwo, I feel like it's gonna be an 8. Just because I remember we pulled this like early on, and I think I shuffled it around a bunch of times, like in between being inside my binder and being on the wall. It's a 10, really? Okay, I'm surprised. 27 of these in the world, and wow, really? This one's 10? Why is this one 10? Why is this a 10? And the other one, the secret rare one's not a 10. Whatever, I'm happy, I'm excited. You know what? I just realized I got all of them as a 10, except for this one. Wait a minute, so if this is, if these are all here, then this next one should be the other secret rare version. It is. All right, this one I need to be a 10 too. I actually really like this. Is the one I was talking about, but I'll give it to Kirobug. Oh, why would you do this to me? Oh, there's 11 8s in the world and 84 higher, but what's wrong with this one? Huh. Is there a dog hair? There's gotta be a dog hair in there somewhere. I'm gonna find it. What I really like about this card is you can see like the barrier around them, and it's just so awesome. Like I love this card, but why is it an 8? Why? Now I feel like, okay, you know what's funny? I just realized that the secret rare variations were the ones that didn't come back as a 10, and the regular full arts all came back as 10. So that's actually really funny if you think about it. Whatever. All right, let me actually pop out the screen real fast and get into the next one. What we got here? Excuse me, lose my voice. Rocket Hitmonchan. So this actually, I had no idea what this was. I remember I bought a Goodwill lot, and the only good card that was in there was this Rocket Hitmonchan, which is like a winner card, I guess. I assume these are given out during like prizes in tournaments and stuff, and it's from 2003. Now, I don't know the value of this, or I don't know any of the story about this, but like I said, this is the best looking condition card I had in that lot. And it is a 9. It is a 9. Ooh. There are 3 9s in the world, and I have basically 33% of the collection of this card, and there's 0 10s. So technically, this should be a really valuable card then, right? I don't know, if there's anybody out there that knows all about tournament play and stuff like that, and what these winner cards actually are, let me know in the comment section below. I know that there is a Mewtwo version of this card as well, where it's basically Rocket Mewtwo, but it's like reverse hollow like this, and it's a winner card as well. But like, the fact that there's only 3 of these in the world with 0 10th, that means it's somewhat valuable, right? So if there's any Pokemon collectors out there that's watching this video that knows more about this than me, by all means, let me know anything you know about this card, because this looks really, really pretty. And like I said, it was the only good card available out of the Goodwill lot that I pulled a couple of weeks ago or months ago. What's the next one? Alakazam Legendary Collection. From what I remember, actually I think this came from the same set as that. And from what I remember, that entire set was just absolutely beat. So I want to say this is going to be like a 5 or a 6. It is a 5. Ooh, yikes, that hurts. I mean, I expected it. Like I said, when I got that lot, I was like, wow, these are all really bad, but at least I got these 2 out of it. So this come back as a 5, kind of expected, but this is the one that makes me super happy here. But yeah, what was wrong with this one again? Yeah, the corners, the edges are just all bad. I think there's also scratches all over the hollow. Yep, this is mistreated. There's 1 5 in the world, and I have it, and it's 53 higher. So I mean, technically, it's still a good number to have, because anything from the Legendary Collection that you can get graded, I say go for it. So I assume that this last one is Charizard. Not hollow though. If you guys remember, I pulled this as a 10 last time. And when I actually got this collection back, this was in there as well. I think the reason why I bought that a lot is because I saw this in the thumbnail and I was like, oh snap, Charizard. And then I realized, oh wait a minute, this was just a non-holo legendary collection. Like I said, I already have this as a 10, but I'm assuming since it's not holo, it's a bit easier. No, this is definitely gonna be like a 9 or something. It is a 9. Well, how many are there in the world? There are 37 9s and 15 10s. And like I said, I got one of the 10s in that, so that's actually pretty cool. All right, so this is actually a pretty decent lot as well. You know, I'm excited. I'm really happy. I kind of wish my secret rare cards would have came back as 10s too, but I mean, I guess it makes up for getting this ridiculously weird looking Rocket Hitmonchan as a 9, as well as, you know, all the other 10s I got. So this is a good collection. A big thumbs up there. So in the comment section below, let me know what your favorite card is from this graded pull, and I guess we can just take it from there. Anyways, as long as you're enjoying these graded card videos, I'll keep them coming. So leave a like in the comment. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Ryan Style. I'll see you guys in the comment section below. Peace.